it's quite intimidating to come on this stage if you can't break dance or at least cartwheel. But I can tell you that I've been mentally cartwheeling in pride about the 10 years of Project Play and the Sports and Society program at the Aspen Institute and what it has accomplished in such a short period of time. Let me just take a second to tell you about how this program fits into the Aspen Institute and why it fits so beautifully into the Aspen Institute. And I'm sure many of you barely know what the Aspen Institute is, except in the context of this extraordinary work. The Aspen Institute was founded almost 75 years ago, just as I think about it, over about 100 miles, sort of that way, as the crow flies, in what was then essentially a deserted silver mining town in Colorado. And the founders of it, they just like this extraordinary setting, they saw the beauty of the setting and thought, what better place to bring leaders from around the world to grapple with the most important issues facing the world. And they brought people together to talk about issues like war and peace and democracy and freedom. And in the 75 years since then, the Aspen Institute has grown nationally and internationally and focuses on some of the most important issues there are, whether they're those kinds of issues, existential issues, issues relating to climate, poverty, equity, healthcare. So about 10 years ago, as you've seen in this wonderful anniversary celebration, a number of us at the Institute were inspired by the idea of creating a program alongside all those other programs critical to culture and policy and politics, from arts to science and everything in between, about sport and play. And no one even questioned why that was so important in the context of everything else we did, because they knew that what our approach was going to be was not who was going to win a particular game, but it was about why sport and play are so fundamental to the human condition, why sport is so important to culture, and why access to sport and access to play are so critical to build a good society. And what we saw was a lot of opportunity to improve things, to look at the culture of sport here and everywhere through lenses of equity and fairness and justice, and to bring the benefits of this absolutely fundamental human desire and need to play with peers and grow and be healthy, and bring it to new levels of opportunity, success to everybody. And a number of us at the Institute, and it's dark for me here, I can't see, but I want to shout out one person, Charlie Firestone, who's here, who ran one of our longest standing programs on media and communications in society, and a great sports fan, now actually runs the Rose Bowl Institute. He was one of those who also recognized this. But the most critical thing we did 10 years ago was find the right person to lead that. And we did that in an extraordinary journalist and who writes about sport, not just about who wins a particular game or who is leading in a season or whatever it may be, but sports in the greater social, political context. And that individual who has built Project Play and everything else in sports and society to where it is now is Tom Ferry, and it's my delight to bring him out right now. Thank you.